In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 college basketball games happening on February 5th, 2023, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games. So 2 picks for each game, 6 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 college basketball games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive betting picks to take your sports betting journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best bet single picks, best bet parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Penn State versus Nebraska. A pair of teams from the Big Ten take the floor in search of a victory as they battle in the Cornhusker State. The Penn State Nittany Lions are on the road as they make the trip to take on the Nebraska Cornhuskers Sunday afternoon. Penn State was walloped 80-60 on the road by number 1 Purdue in their previous game Wednesday night, failing to cover the line as a 10-point underdog in that contest. Nebraska was beaten 72-56 on the road by Illinois in their previous game Tuesday night, failing to cover the line as a 14-point underdog. In the all-time series between the schools, the Nittany Lions own a 14-11 edge, including a 76-65 home win in the first matchup this season on January 21st. Penn State is 10-2 against the spread in their last 12 games following a loss, and 5-1 against the spread in their last 6 Sunday games, while the over is 4-0 in their last 4 games following an against the spread loss. Nebraska is 0-4 against the spread in their last 4 games overall, and 0-7 against the spread in their last 7 games against a team with a winning percentage above .600, while the under is 5-0 in their last 5 home games against a team with a losing road record. The Cornhuskers have lost 4 straight in 8 of their last 9 games against the spread, while the Nittany Lions have won 4 of their last 6. While Nebraska has been playing well at home this season, they have dropped 2 of their last 3 there overall. Penn State have beaten them 2 of the last 3 games played at Memorial Stadium. A home underdog in the Big Ten is tempting, but Nebraska's put themselves in this spot, and I just don't see how they keep this one close, even at home. Penn State is just the better and more consistent team on both ends of the floor, and I think they get the job done here. So the Penn State Nittany Lions to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Nebraska has had difficulty getting baskets, scoring 65 or less in each of their past 7 games. Penn State has an elite defense, allowing 65 points or less to their opponent in 5 straight games. Nebraska does rank relatively high in stopping the 3-point shot. Penn State and Nebraska rank 310th and 237th in the country in average pace of play. The Nebraska offense has struggled heading into this game, and it's going to continue here. I also don't trust this inconsistent Penn State offense, and that is going to lead to this game being lower scoring. Both Penn State is going to struggle to get to 65 points, and Nebraska is going to struggle to get to 55 points. Most signs point to a lower scoring affair. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. Houston versus Temple. The number 3 Houston Cougars will be looking for payback when they're in Philadelphia to face the Temple Owls for the 2nd time this season. The first meeting was 2 weeks ago when Houston was ranked number 1, with Temple pulling off the upset in Texas. That win also snapped a 6-game losing streak for the Owls against the Cougars. The winner of this game will hold the top spot in the American Athletic Conference standings. Houston is 14-9 against the spread this season, with a 10-12 over-under record. Temple is 14-8 against the spread this year, with a 10-12 over-under record. Temple and Houston meet up on Sunday in a rematch of one of the year's biggest upsets so far. Just a couple of weeks ago, Temple upended then number 1 Houston on the Cougars' own home court, 56-55. Including that win, Temple has been on a hot streak, winning 4 in a row. Few expected the Owls to be competitive this year, and even fewer thought they could be in first place in February, but that is exactly where they will be if they can repeat their earlier result. Houston has won 3 straight since the Temple loss, and there is certainly no cause for alarm for one of the nation's best teams. Everyone has a bad game. The decision we need to make here is whether that first meeting was a pure accident, or whether there is something in this particular matchup that might be repeatable. If you think it was an accident, you might note that Temple ranks 105th overall in the Ken Palm ratings. But you might also note that the Owls' defense has improved remarkably since beginning conference play. If you think the first result was a fluke, you might notice the box score score, where Houston had nearly every statistical advantage. The Cougars took 11 more shots than the Owls, made 5 more, and out-rebounded Temple 39-33. The only difference was at the foul line, where Temple made 10 more free throws than Houston. However, Temple is a long and tall team, exactly the sort of profile that will give Houston trouble. Still, I think 11 points is way too large of a spread for teams that play ultra slowly and emphasize defense. There is not a lot of reason for the score to get out of hand. Also, if there has been any lesson to learn from college basketball this year, it is that you better respect the home team. I've never seen a year when home court has been more impactful. A lot of late-season matchups come with narratives, and this routine trip to Philadelphia for Houston now means a lot more than anyone saw coming. The Cougars will be out to avenge the one-point defeat, but Temple will be calling for a whiteout this Sunday, and they will get up for this game. I don't think Houston lets their guard down here and allows a season sweep, but I do believe Aaron McKay gets this team prepared to play. They capitalize off the home environment, and they put up a good fight. If you are going to give me 11 points on the home team in a matchup that the underdog won just a couple weeks ago, I have to take it. So the Temple Owls to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. This is a matchup of two of the better defensive teams in not only the American Athletic Conference, but the country. They only totaled 111 points when they met last month, and it's going to be another highly contested battle on Sunday. Both teams have an over-under split of 10-12 this season, so that favors the under. According to Ken Palm's adjusted tempo, both teams play at a slow pace. The Cougars are 324th nationally in adjusted tempo, while the Owls rank 226th. Ultimately, Houston's national defensive rankings are way too good to trust the over in this game. Temple won't score a lot of points, but they've already shown they're good enough defensively to slow down the Cougars and keep them in check. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. Northwestern versus Wisconsin. The Wisconsin Badgers play host to the Northwestern Wildcats on Sunday evening from the Kohl Center, in what has become an interesting game when it comes to the Big Ten standings and the bubble with March quickly approaching. The Wildcats have lost back-to-back games, while the Badgers grabbed a win the last time out to snap their own 3-game losing streak. These two squared off just a few weeks ago, with the Wildcats grabbing the home win. Though switching home venue will make it tough for them to secure a sweep, Wisconsin are coming off of the gutsy road win against Ohio State earlier this week. Look for them to build off of that momentum. Additionally, while the Wildcats are trending upward as a program, they've struggled mightily against the Badgers. Wisconsin is 7-1 straight up and 4-1 against the spread in their recent meetings with Northwestern. From a statistical standpoint, I believe that it's as simple as saying that Wisconsin has more depth than Northwestern. The Cats have been very reliant on Boo Buie and Chase Audige, so if Wisconsin's impressive defense can slow them down, they should cruise to a victory. So the Wisconsin Badgers to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Both teams rank in the bottom half of Division I basketball when it comes to scoring, with part of that due to a lack of scoring depth, and the other the pace at which these two teams play. Adding in both ranking in the top 30 in the country in scoring defense, there's no doubt that points will be tough to come by in this one. These are two of the top defenses in the country, with each team opting to play at an extremely slow pace. In terms of defensive efficiency, Wisconsin is 23rd in the country while Northwestern is 34th. As for the tempo, the Wildcats are 257th while the Badgers are 347th. I think the Badgers will look to install a slower-paced game, and the Wildcats will have no issue conforming to that. From a trends perspective, the under is 6-1 in the last 7 meetings between these two teams in Madison. The first meeting between the two saw 129 total points scored, and with the game now shifting to the Kohl Center, Wisconsin will be able to halt this game to a snail's pace in the rematch. These are two of the best defenses and worst offenses in the Big Ten squaring off, which makes it likely that this could be one of the lowest scoring games of the weekend. Let's root for defense in this one. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.